Hi, Internet. Let's do the Tuesday New York Times Crossword Puzzle posted on July 15th, 2025. The constructor is Daniel Britt. The editor is Will Shorts. I'm John Appleseed, your host here on the channel. And let's try today's Tuesday puzzle. One across is neighbor of Vermont and New Hampshire, Connecticut. I think border on those two states. One down, Cologne scent. Cologne is a city in Germany. I'm not sure. 2 down, heroine of Tennessee Williams' Summer and Smoke. Don't know. 3 down, give the cold shoulder. Snub. I like. 4 down, what NASA's Cassini probe orbited for 13 years. Cassini is, I think that's Saturn. Maybe this is Massachusetts. Saturn. I do remember from an astronomy class that the Saturn's rings are divided up into various layers, and the spaces between them are called Cassini divisions, so I associate Cassini with Saturn. 14 across, longer of the 2 lower arm bones. Maybe the ulna is an arm bone that fits there. 17 across, porn, making sure I see that correctly. Porn, smut, okay. 20 across, Japanese theatrical genre. That's kabuki theater. So musk is the cologne scent. Yes, that works. Alma, the heroine of Tennessee Williams' Summer and Smoke. Haven't seen that one. And snub is give the cold shoulder. 21 down, ivories on a piano are the keys. 5 across, canceled as a mission. Canceled. Yeah, I was going to say scrubbed, but not past tense. 5 down, gentleman's club, colloquially, don't know. 15 across, word with monetary or military. Unit, maybe. 18 across, designing women co-star of 1980s to 90s TV. I'll get it with some crossing letters, probably. 24 across, snorkeling site was probably a reef. 6 down, point value of 68% of Scrabble's tiles. Either 1 or 2. 7 down, coat with a thin auric layer. Auric related to gold, so that would be to gild. To gild the lily, for example. 8 down, capital city on the banks of the Rideau River. That's Ottawa. I happen to know you can skate down the Rideau River in the wintertime. Mission is a no-go. It's canceled. Okay, 15 across. That's unit, I think, for military unit, monetary unit. Those both fit. And Delta, was it Reese? 5 down, okay. Smut and a nudie bar. Could be a gentleman's club, colloquially. Okay, we've got smut and nudie bar in the puzzle today. I don't know what's happening with the New York Times lately. 19 down, slightly, a bit or a tad. The new oil, it's said. Is that data? Is like the new big business thing? I don't know. 26 across, non-specific cash quantities. You can just have a wad of cash. Let's try a tad for slightly, and data or data for the new oil. 9 across, debt to equity, for example. Could be an example of a ratio. 9 down, nonsense syllables, one might say, in a tub. Rub-a-dub-dub. 3 men in a tub. Butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. 16 across, opinion, or option, sorry, on a popular car service. That would be Uber X, probably. 13 down, yoke team or oxen. 12 down, ticks off, irks. 11 down, contract clause would be a term of the contract. Delta Burke. Rub-a-dub-dub. Delta Burke, yes. Abu Dhabi for 10 down, rub-a-dub-dub, wads of cash for 26 across. Okay, those all work. 28 across, player of the middle son on the TV's The Partridge Family. Danny Bonaducci. My countless hours of watching TV as a kid come into play here. 28 down, socially awkward sort, maybe a dork. I'm a little bit of a dork because I watched so much Partridge Family as a kid. Partridge Family, Gilligan's Island, Brady Bunch. 29 down, Stratford on blank, Stratford on Avon. 30 down, christened, named. Ova for egg cells, 33 across, that fits. 38 across, blowout game, and sports headlines would be a romp. And 44 across, work on with the hands, as dough or tired muscles. You need those things. 39 down, remove the skin from is pear with a paring knife. 34 across, dress in deli, could be a sari. 25 down, cry from a klutzy golfer. 4, watch out for my bad shot. 31 down, stealthy assassin with a sword. Let's try ninja for that. 40 across, auto blank, setting for many subscription services. Auto renew. 41 down, notable features of elves and basset hounds. We'll have notable ears, I guess, at least in elves in the case of fictional portrayers of elves. 42 down, latticed metal used in construction and fencing. Wire mesh, maybe. What's 46 across? First corner square after go on a Monopoly board. If that's an A, this might be jail, something on a Monopoly board. 47 down, constellation resembling a musical instrument. There is a lyra. Lyra the harp is a constellation. Let's move to this corner. 35 across is readies as a fishing line. Baits. Bait your hook, bait your line. Get it ready for the cast. Grift is a scam. 32 down, farmyard refrain in a children's song. E-I-E-I-O. 36 down, ruler opposed by the Bolsheviks is the Tsar. And 37 down, level-headed, maybe sane. American city in the Sonoran Desert is Mesa, Arizona. 48 across, Arthur Fleming is Ian. And 49 across, E.T., actress Drew Barrymore. So we have Delta Burke, Danny Bonaducci, Drew Barrymore. What do these all have in common? I don't know. Sane fits there. Let's try wire mesh for the latticed metal used in construction and fencing. 54 cross is dry as the Sonoran Desert. Sear is a word for dry and arid. 53 across, one of the life sciences, probably ecology, abbreviated like that. Okay, just this last little section of the puzzle. 55 across, doctor, whose lab is a studio. Dr. Dre, maybe? 55 down, June 6th remembrance, his D-Day. 56 down, competitor of Rouse, that's a pasta sauce, so ragu would be another one. 57 down, diabolical, let's put in evil. 65 down, Blanc de la Cité, here we go, that's the island in the middle of the Seine River on which Notre Dame Cathedral is, Ile de la Cité, I think I've got that right. 45 down, divisions in some history books. Decades, I guess. 58 across, bad way to run amok would be bad. 50 down, development center, let's put in womb there. David Bowie, singer who starred in Labyrinth and The Man Who Fell to Earth. And 51 down, arcing baseball hits, could be bloops. Kind of think that is a bouncing grounder. I guess maybe arcing would fit as well. 59 down, tidal river in an Oscar-winning movie, The Bridge on the River Kwai. So pans for rips in a review. Sound of either weariness or relief could be a sigh. And 66 down is the verb suffix ing. All right, 60 across, first basic cable show to win an Emmy for Outstanding Drama Series. Basic cable. Don't know. 52 down, House of Blank, an old Italian banking family. So Medici is an old Italian family, I guess. I certainly had banks. 61 down, severely injure, maim. Mad Men is a cable TV show. Maybe that's what that is. Let's put in maim. You charm the husk right off of the corn. Maim, you coax the blues right out of the horn. Mame. Different spelling, but we needed to get a song in at the end here, and we're running out of time. So let's try maim for 61 down, severely injure. Egad for antiquated OMG, an old-fashioned way to express amazement. Shakespearean conspirator is Iago from Othello. 70 across later is Chow. 73 across. One place to find these is the IMDb, Internet Movie Database. Modern greenhorn is a noob, so B will finish the puzzle, but let's try and figure out this theme. How these people might introduce themselves. I'm DB, they might say. These are all people who have the initials DB. Did not pick up on that, but they may say, hey, hi, I'm DB, I'm Delta Burke, Danny Bonaducci, Drew Barrymore, or David Bowie, and IMDb is the answer for 73 across. There we go. 10:25 for Tuesday. A little bit long, but not too bad. The theme didn't quite click until we had it all finished. So yeah, I kind of like it when the theme helps you solve the puzzle, but in this case, I solved the puzzle and then figured out what the theme was. We didn't need to know the theme in order to fill in any of these. We just had to know the names. Danny Bonaducci, not as well known as he was at one point, and Designing Women has not been on for a while, so people may not know those unless they're of a certain age like me. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.